My name is Helle Siljeholm and I am the Artistic Director of BARENTS SPEKTAKEL 2019. The theme of this year's festival is to transform Kirkenes into the world's northernmost Chinatown, thus creating a platform for speculating on a possible future of this region. As sea ice melts and northern trade routes open, we invite artists, experts and the community at large to take part in shaping what a possible future for the North might be. The idea is rather simple. It is possible to shape one's future if one is given the opportunity to participate in it. With partnerships throughout the town, a multitude of voices contribute into what the world's northernmost Chinatown may become. The performances, artworks and debates are different ways to think through, discuss and shape the town. People are excited to see and participate in this as they function as multiple ways to address, shape and raise questions of the potential as well as the challenges of this particular and possible future.
My name is Lin Wang. I'm original from China. I produce big porcelain installations. The work I brought to the festival, which is this table, I called it Exotic Dreams and Poetic Misunderstandings. First, we having the dinner with the local cooked food. The symbolic patterns on the plate start to visible. The food sort of break the ice of between people and cultures. I got inspired from the sailing culture in Norway, and also I found a secret historical line between where I live and where I'm from, in between West and East. So I start to using sailor's tattoo as a metaphor of the West, and the Chinese imported porcelain as the East, or the common joint between these two cultures. I hope this project can inspire people to see the world different, or to open new topic and new perspectives.
My name is Marita Isobel Solberg. I'm an artist working on this festival with various projects. What I'm working mostly these days is like performing, being very present, working with people. I invite people in. They're free to ask me to help them with whatever they want me to help them with. First is relaxing, like talking with people, discussing their problems. While I can do massage, I cook some medicine. It could be tea or some other kind of very strong drinks with the herbs I find appropriate for the situation. This place also is inspired from, Chinese pharmacy, and also from up here, and this thing of, okay, maybe if there would be a Chinatown here, maybe we could have places like this.
One of this year's most exciting festival meeting point is TANG, an installation as much as a social retreat with algae pools and experimental brews from the deep. Created by the artist duo Devils Apron with Trond Anstein and Kåre Grunvåg. TANG is too the place for guest performances by night and guest speakers by day, mixed with a dash of science fiction, DJs and karaoke, plus authentic Chinese street food by Håkon Lindbäck. All of this and more for the inhabitants of the world's northernmost Chinatown.
My name is Håkon Lindbäck. We're having this small pop-up noodle stand here at Tang Bar, doing noodles and some kind of street food Chinese dishes. I was living in China. I had been living a long time thinking that the Chinese food you get in Chinese restaurants in Europe was what the people eat in China, but that was completely wrong. And I fell in love with this food. Well, I think it's a very interesting topic, like this Chinesification of a village in Europe, and there are a lot of people in line waiting to have this experience, I think, in Europe, because most people, they have a preconception about what is Chinese food, but that is 99% wrong.
I am Song Yi. I'm based on Beijing, and this time I brought my documentary film here. The documentary is about an eviction campaign aimed to migrant children in Beijing. China started this process of the neoliberalism, so that means most of the farmers, they can't make a living in their hometown, so they have to move to a city to earn money. China is it's a country which have very strong ambitions. I think most of the mass in China, maybe they want to take a look at other country, and they would like to expand their horizon.
I'm Irene Rasmussen. I was invited here because I'm an artist living in Tromsø, Norway. I've been working with plants for a long time. I wanted to talk about how plants are able to actually reconquer nature that is taken away from them. Climate change is also coming to the Arctic, and I wanted to talk about this method of how we can deal with pollution and environmental contamination. I worked previously also at a project showing a method called phytoremediation, that is research on plants' ability to extract heavy metals and contaminants from polluted sites. So it's very interesting to see how plants can recover for our sins in a way.
I'm Xia Jia. I'm a science fiction writer from China. So I began to write science fiction when I was very young, and so far I have published many short stories. In my stories, I try to express my perspective of these questions. So in my stories, you can see that China is not just like a series of texts, but a way for people to think about all of these diversities and alternatives, which some of them have already exist in contemporary Chinese people's life, and which can inspire the readers not just from China but from all of the world.
И даже чуть больше. Ты моя все, и даже чуть больше, даже чуть больше, даже чуть больше.